All right, we're looking at Bears versus Baby, the very fun game where you actually get to build monsters to beat up babies. That's exactly what this game is all about. So, to start it off, you deal out 5 cards to each player. Each player's gonna have a hand of things that they can use. There'll either be abilities that let you do certain things, or there'll be body parts. I know that sounds a little bit vulgar, but what you're doing in this game is building monsters to battle armies of weird babies. Now, the way it works is you can do several things on your turn, and all of those things are going to be listed right down here at the bottom of the mat. So I'm going to bring this in closer first. I'll show you the baby I started building there, or the monster, I'm sorry, to fight babies. And this is going to determine the type of army that I can fight. So this is the land army of babies, which would be these guys right up here. And I can also fight the sea babies or the air babies, which are the red ones. So, on my turn, I can do several things. Whoa, my camera went all wonky on me. There we go, we're back. I get, for a 2-player game, 4 actions. 3-player game, I get 3. And a 4-player game, I get 2 actions per turn. So let's say we're doing a 3-player game. So I can either draw and play cards from here, as long as it's 3 actions. Pulling a card is an action, playing a card is an action. But if I happen to draw from a pile, and it doesn't matter which pile you draw from, if I draw from a pile and it happens to be a baby, I'll instantly play it there. That's 1 action gone. Now let's say I go to my hand and I say, hey, you know what? I want to play something from my hand. I want to put down this manatee head and start building another monster. The monsters have to line up with the stitching that's at the bottom here. So I couldn't play, say, this with that, because there's 4 and 3 stitches on this one. But I could play the 3 and 3 stitches here, and then the 4 and 4 stitches here, which gives me a value. So the value of the monster and the strength of the monster is going to be what all the numbers here added up are. Plus I can do arms, and the arms may have attachments as well to them. And I can also, if I choose to not play a card, or if I choose to play a card, draw a card, I can then stop right there, or I can do another action. The next thing that I can do is, if I don't choose to take actions, I can provoke a baby army. So I won't pull any cards, I won't play any cards. I'll say, hey, this blue monster here is worth, what is this, 6 or 5 points. I can choose to provoke this army of monsters, and that would be good for me because they only have 5. So I would keep these babies in my discard pile, and then these would go into the trash. Now at the end of the game, I would score these as points. The other thing that I can do on my turn is, if I don't want to do the provoking a baby army or pulling and playing cards, I can dumpster dive, which means I can take no actions, and then I can take a card that was already played into the discard pile into my hand to use for a future turn. And it doesn't matter what card it is. It could be a wild, it could be a body part, it could be a weapon, it could be whatever, you know, attachments, masks, heads, whatever it is, I can use that again. At the end of the game, the person with the most points is the winner. These piles are all free to draw from. There's just 3 piles because it's a large stack of cards. And that's it. Game of Bears versus Baby. Build monsters, beat up ugly babies, and score the most points.